Hey guys, it's Zachary from HardwareZone, and today we're going to be talking about this. This is the Epson Home Theater EH-TW6250 4K Pro UHD 3 LCD Smart Gaming Projector. Yes, that's its name.
Okay,
I think I'll just
sorry
call
I'm
it
late,
the
guys.
625.
I'm here for the shoot.
Wait, who are you?
I'm you. No, I'm me. I'm here to do a video.
No, I'm doing the video.
No? How can you be doing a video?
What?
You're not even real. Get out of here. Okay, let's do this proper now.
Okay, so let's talk about projectors. Home theater, the holy grail. Now, for the longest time, a projector was a specialty device, something you'd buy only if you wanted a dedicated, like, home theater kind of setup. They were big, they were bulky. You need, like, installation for it because you needed a projector screen, you needed sometimes special paint on your walls, and blackout curtains, that kind of thing. Basically creating a home cinema experience at home. But your TV was still the family's main entertainment source. But as it is, not anymore. You see, I've been noticing my own sort of TV viewing habits, in the lost years of COVID. In the past 2 years, we've been home so much. I've actually been noticing I don't really use my TV all that much anymore. Even though I'm home, I'm on my phone, I'm on my laptop, tablets, more than my TV. I don't even watch programmable channels anymore. It's just streaming Netflix, Disney Plus, and really, if I needed to, me watch. So I've been thinking, if I had to redo my purchases at home, if I had to buy my stuff again, could I replace my TV with a general purpose projector? Something that is within the same price range, something that has the same abilities. Is there such a thing? Would it work? Do I need to redesign my house for a projector? What are the downsides? Okay, then Epson sent in the 6250, which was the perfect time for me to test out my theories, basically. Now, let me preface this by saying this is not a technical review. I just wanted to see if I could really use a projector to replace my TV in my setup on an imperfect hall in my house, on my wall. I don't have a proper projector screen or anything. I just want to see if it works. Can I sit through a movie without looking at all the small little problems using a projector? Is it going to annoy me? That sort of thing. This is HardwareZone after all, so let's just go through some specs first. Now, what you get for a sub $2,000 is 2,800 lumens peak brightness, 35,000 to 1 contrast ratio, and even HDR10 support. Now, that's definitely bright enough for nighttime viewing, but as it is, I found out that it's bright enough for daytime viewing. Now, check out this clip, right? This is basically in the middle of the day. I think I shot it about 1 p.m. If you look at it, all my windows are open. I don't have curtains, I have blinds, but my blinds aren't like blackout blinds. They let in a lot of natural light. The whole place is bright. And if you look at the video, wouldn't you say that's actually very, very viewable? It's a pretty good projection for, in the middle of the day. Now, 4K Pro UHD, that's what the 6250 has in its name as well, but this needs a little bit further explaining. This is a native Full HD projector that's 1080p. but it upscales the 1080p content to 4K through a process called pixel shifting. Basically takes a 1080p image, shifts it slightly to the left, shifts it slightly above horizontally and vertically, effectively doubling the output pixels. So what you get is a 4K output, and this actually works pretty well. You don't really need to know how it does it in the background. As far as a user is concerned, your images are sharper and clearer, especially for a projector when you're going sizes beyond like 100 inches and above. It makes things just that much sharper, and it works. Lastly, the 6250 has a lamp life that's rated for about 7,500 hours. Now, according to Epson, this would last you for about 15 years, even if you watch a movie a day. But I find that Epson's sort of numbers are stretching it a bit too much, because movies these days last a lot longer than before. But even if you watch like 3 hours a day, every single day, the lamp on this would still last you close to 7 years. And we're just talking about replacing a lamp after that, not the entire projector. And this will basically outlive your TV as well. For a mainstream projector, the 6250 actually does have some additional advanced features, such as frame interpolation for video smoothing, and even a gaming mode, which basically reduces input lag to about 20 milliseconds. But we'll dive into some of these features a little later. So before we go into all that like features, let's talk about 3LCD. 3LCD is an Epson thing, right? It's not new, it's on all of Epson's projectors basically, but I do want to bring it up because this fits really well into the 6250's best-in-class feature set, right? 3LCD basically is a projection system where light is separated into the 3 main primary colors, and then it's processed by 3 separate chips, recombined into a final output. The benefits of 3LCD system are brighter images, more vivid colors, and most importantly, no rainbow effects. Now this is something that's inherent to DLP projectors. DLP is a different projection technology where you would probably have noticed this if you've looked at projectors before. Sometimes you're viewing something and your head turns or your eye moves around, and you sort of see this color like rainbow tinge or after effects in the image. That's a DLP projector. The 6250 is a 3LCD projector, and it does not have this issue. Now, the takeaway here isn't that DLP projectors are bad, it's just that there are low-end DLP projectors, there are high-end DLP projectors, and you probably need to get something a little bit more powerful to mitigate some of these rainbow effect issues. With the 6250, this is a mainstream projector, and with 3LCDs, you'll never get this problem. And one less worry that you're getting subpar images just because you're not shelling up for a $10,000 projector. And true enough, the 6250 isn't just bright enough for daytime viewing, as you saw in that last clip, but even at night, when I actually turn off all the lights and compare it to my TV, I actually find that the contrast of this thing is sort of better than my actual TV that I have right now. You can see this in another clip. We'll show this right now. This is with all my lights off now. Brightness, contrast test. You can see the difference between the projector and the TV. It actually looks like the projector has a darker black background than even my TV. TV looks like it's way too bright. Wow, the projector is black. It's cool. You can see that maybe it's my wall that's gray and not white, but I find that the blacks on this is actually better than my TV. Now with the specs out of the way, let's get to the fun stuff. This is some of the features why I think the 6250 can actually replace my TV setup and what I've been testing it for. Number one, Android TV. Now, there's nothing really much to say here. It has Android TV built in. If you've used a TV in the past with Android TV, the interface is exactly the same. You're going to have the same apps, the same Google Play Store. You're going to install everything, and that's what's great about it. But what's interesting about the 6250 is that Epson didn't really just build Android TV into the projector itself. It's actually a detachable Android TV box that's connected to HDMI, yeah, right? It's like modular. So I guess for most users, it won't really matter at all. It's as good as being built in, but for people who want to tweak, you can basically change your setup. It's good for maintenance. You don't have to change the whole projector. You just have to change that Android TV box. But ultimately, you get the same experience as your TV. You just log in, setup is super simple, turn it on, connect to Wi-Fi, log into all your accounts, your Google account, Netflix, whatever it is, and you get the whole Android TV experience on a projector. Now, number two, it's a gaming projector. What Epson means by this is that it actually has a special fast mode that you can enable, which reduces the input lag to 20 milliseconds. It's good enough for most casual gaming, probably not good enough if you actually want an actual gaming projector and you're playing fast twitch first-person shooters like Valorant, but it's great for casual games, adventure games, RPG games. But what the Epson 6250 is really good for is a party gaming projector. You've never known you've needed a projector until you've sort of blown up the Just Dance now on a huge wall and party with your friends, or play sort of split-screen multiplayer games, chaotic games like Overcooked, for example, where you have so many things going on in your screen, and when you're split screen on a TV, it gets so small you can't really see what you're missing until you get a projector and you're on a wall, 100-inch, and you can actually see your own player screen. That is exactly what the 6250 is for. Now, the only caveat to this fast mode is that it's disabled by default, so you actually have to go in the menus to enable it in the advanced image settings. And the thing is that when you enable fast mode, it sort of disables some of the movie image enhancements. It may be a little bit of a hassle to turn it on and off, when you want to switch between playing games and watching movies. But otherwise, that's that. The most underrated thing for the 6250 is actually it's a 10-watt bass reflex speaker. Now, this is something that when you just look at the specs, you think, one single mono speaker, it can't be that good. But it is surprisingly loud and clear in a small environment like a room or an apartment. It's good enough to fill a whole room and you don't really notice it. I'm actually impressed at how loud this is, but of course it is a single mono unit, like I said, and if you want to set up your own speakers, you can connect Bluetooth speakers to this thing. It has a stereo mini jack output. It also has HDMI, so if you have a receiver, you can connect to it, and that kind of works out pretty well. But the sound on this, out of the box, pretty darn good. Now, are there any downsides to the 6250? Yes, of course. I mean, being a modest mainstream projector, it does have compromises. Like, for example, it has auto keystone correction, but only for vertical keystone. It's about 30 degrees up and down, plus and minus. It does have horizontal keystone, but it's a manual lever along with a zoom lever and a focus lever. But these things are not really much of a problem unless you move your projector around a lot. It's usually a set and forget, or it's not really hard to do this, right? And so not really that big a problem. It's also more of a consumer level projector, so a lot of these advanced options are hidden behind layers of menus and you have to go dig for them. Some of these settings also have certain activation conditions, like for example the fast mode that we talked about just now. There's also frame interpolation, which only works in 1080p mode. So if you want to enable frame interpolation, you have to disable 4K upscaling, for example. But I find that the out-of-the-box experience for the 6250 is good enough for most users. The default vivid mode and high brightness works well, straight away. Now, according to Epson, if you want the highest brightness that this projector can give you, you can turn it to dynamic mode. But in my experience, vivid and dynamic both are pretty similar. It's just that vivid seems to be cooler while dynamic is warmer, but they work pretty well on their own. Hi. I'm back. So there you have it, the 6250. It's not the cheapest projector around. It's not the most powerful projector around, but it is best in class for its price. This sub 2K projector, actually just 1,899 Singapore dollars, can really do everything that my TV can do. And I'm living proof, right? It's flexible, versatile, it's a home, gaming, social entertainment setup for your family. And you can move it around and resize it. It's something a TV cannot do, right? So what do you guys think? Do you underutilize your TV? Do you own a projector?
And I really like it.
Do you think this setup works? How about the 6250 itself? Tell us in the comments below. Before you leave though, check out hardwarezone.com, like and subscribe. Have a nice day. See you in the next video. Hey guys, before you go, don't forget to check out hardwarezone.com, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, join in the conversation, like and subscribe to our YouTube if you want to see more of these videos. Do it!